So the word fresco means fresh in Italian, and we see it as a metaphor when God first gave us this word for these windows in our life when our sensitivity is really receptive to God imprinting His purpose, His vision onto us. And the fresco process means fresh because it's painting on a fresh coat of plaster. And so the artist does several layers of preparation, just getting ready for this very pure white coat that receives then an image to be imprinted onto it, and then all this vibrant color that eventually is going to explode just with vibrancy and last for thousands of years. That's why we really like this metaphor for starting a business, renewing an organization, even as something in terms of how you guide your life and your career. So that's why we like the fresco imagery. The fresco process itself has stages, and we want you to walk through these stages with us. And of course we're going to take the metaphor of the painting and then apply some principles to starting up. A lot of the principles, or all the principles, are going to be based directly in Scripture. And then we'll also talk about some of what we've learned helping dozens of businesses and organizations and ministries get started in what they were meant to do. The first stage of the fresco process is the sketch. The sketch is the blueprint, the concept of what it is that's going to be created. And God usually gives us this sketch through different stories that tell us who we're meant to be. Those are hints at this masterpiece that He's going to create of our life. From the sketch begins the preparation of the surface. And there's 3 layers. Each layer is more refined than the next layer. But each one has its purpose that causes this whole thing to stick together and last forever. And for us, the 3 foundational layers are faith, hope, and love. Specifically, what are the stories of faith, hope, and love that have formed you and formed the foundation in your life. Then on top of that comes a very pure and smooth receptive layer that's ready for the impression of God. And that layer is applied bit by bit, section by section, because there's only so long for God's image to be impressed on that. And so once that layer is ready, then there's the transfer of the image, what in the fresco process they call the transfer of the cartoon. It's the transfer of a piece of that sketch onto the wall, and then from there the application of the paint. From there, the fresco process is about waiting for what was a messy process, what was a process that at first may not exactly pop or have like this vibrancy, and sitting in rest and waiting for that color to emerge. And then from there you get a product that lasts for generations and generations. That's the fresco process.